And now for the CTV Environment Corner with Dennis Springer.
On Wednesday, we looked at the social impacts of drought and what mitigating measures we can put in place to combat drought. In many cases, there are simple measures we can take. Tonight, therefore, we want to look at the environmental impact of drought. One of the major effects is that there is a lack of food and drinking water, not only for human consumption, but also for animals. There is the considerable loss of wildlife habitat, more so when the drought is a severe one. Animals who survive in tall grass, etc., find it very difficult to manage. Then there is the increase in diseases in animals because of reduced food and water supplies. Low water levels in the dam, say for example the John Compton Dam, and the catchment areas can have serious implications for the community. That is why it is important and necessary for dams to be, especially ours, to be desilted regularly. I would say every year. We also find that there is a loss of wetlands, which are important for migratory birds and other animals. Many travel miles in the winter period to sources where they can get food. A drought puts a damper on their feeding habits. There is the continual threat of wildfires, which can have a devastating effect on the community, especially those in forested areas. America's had their fair share of wildfires in the last few years, more so in 2010, when some of these fires were uncontrollable. We also witnessed the same in Australia. So a severe drought followed by heavy rain can have a devastating effect on any community, whether in a developed, developing, or underdeveloped one. What we find during drought is that we have wind and water erosion of the soil. And lastly, there is the occurrence of poor soil quality because the minerals in the soil is somewhat destroyed by the lack of water. I hope that looking at the drought and its effects on the community, we can at least understand what climate change and global warming is all about.